My name is Ka. I don't know how many winters I've lived through. We had no concept of years. But every time the sun slept early, when cold winds howled from the north, snow thickened, and trees stood silent without birds, I knew. The hunting season had ended, and my task began to keep the fire alive. The fire was life itself. In the large cave deep within the forest where our Arak tribe sheltered, only one faint glow of red remained. That little ember preserved warmth, food, faith, and the survival of everyone. Without it, the mountain frost would kill every child, mother, and elder in their sleep. I was the firekeeper not because I was the strongest. In fact, I was weak. I couldn't run as fast as my brother Gura, who could chase deer to the edge of the valley. Nor was I as wise as my mother Yura, who knew which plants could be eaten and which would blind a man. But I was careful. I listened. And I feared the dark more than anyone else. That's why I learned how to protect the fire. Our life followed a harsh cycle. Spring came briefly, snow melted, and animals emerged from their dens. Gura and the hunters traveled far, returning with birds, hares, or sometimes even a giant woolly bison. We celebrated. Children danced around the carcass, women skinned the hide for coats. Men carved spears from bones, and I kept the fire burning day and night to cook the meat and dry the skins. In summer, the tribe split into small groups, journeying to warmer lands, where berries ripened and fish swam in rivers. I carried fire with me, wrapped in dry bark, buried in warm ashes, kept in a pouch of sheepskin. As long as it glowed, I could bring it back to life. I loved fire not like a person, but like part of my soul. When my father died, he whispered to me, "Don't let it die. If our fire dies, my spirit will remain cold in the earth forever." Since then, I've never let it go out. Not once. Our tribe had no kings, only an elder chief, the oldest, toughest, and most knowledgeable of us all. He told stories about when there were only 5 of us, sleeping together like wolves. Once, he led a group over the mountains and met another tribe. They didn't fight, they traded flint for ivory, fur for honey. Taught me the most sacred truth. Without fire, there are no words. Without fire, no trade. Without fire, no ancestors. I once loved a girl named Laura. She didn't speak much, but her song could make birds pause in mid-flight. Whenever I dozed beside the ashes, she would quietly add wood to the fire. We had no weddings, just survived 3 winters together, and you were a pair. But she vanished during a year of heavy snow. The wind tore the cave's roof apart. We found her footprints leading into the forest, then nothing. Maybe she fell into a ravine. Maybe snow wolves took her. I never knew. I keep a strand of her hair in a leather pouch next to my flint stones. Every time I relight the fire, I think of her. Every time it blazes, I see her smile in the flames. One day, our tribe was attacked by strangers from the Westmen, blackened with soot, long-haired and hungry-eyed. They spoke no tongue we understood, but they carried stone clubs and bashed the skulls of my people. We fought back. Gura died in that battle. I was wounded in the hand, collapsed near the cold ashes. When I awoke, the cave was empty. Half of us were dead. The others had fled. I crawled toward the hearth. My heart raced. If the ashes had cooled, I would never make fire again. But there was a faint red glow, just one spark. I blew on it again and again till it came alive. The fire lit up, weak but alive. Now I'm old. My hands tremble. I no longer hunt. The few children left come sit beside me at night, listening to tales of skymen, our hunters who leapt between trees and stones. I teach them how to chew bark, to fight hunger, how to smoke out wolves, most importantly, how to keep the fire burning, no matter what. When I sleep, I rest my hand near the embers. Because if I don't wake in time, who will keep the fire? Who will carry the voices of our ancestors? My name is Ka, the last firekeeper of the Arak tribe. I do not know how much longer I will live, but I know this. As long as the fire burns, our ancestors will whisper through the flames. And as long as the children still listen, our kind, weak though we are, will survive even the cruelest cold.